My name is Betty Zimmerman, and what I'm going to tell you about is a quilt that my great-great-grandmother did years ago. And this quilt was quilted in about 1810. My great-great-grandmother's name was Ida Fortune, and she lived out back of Roscoe. This quilt was given to my grandmother, and her grandmother was Ida McBride. And my grandmother gave it to my mother, and her name was Marjorie Wright. And my mother gave it to me when she was 89 years old.
So it was handed down through the women.
It was handed down to the women. Mm-hmm. And my name was on it that I was supposed to get it because I'm the only granddaughter. I'm the only girl in the family.
Did any other women in your family quilt?
My mother did. I've got a quilt that she quilted. And when she was a young girl, and it's called the Drunkard's Trail. She learned from her mother, and I suppose her mother learned from her grandmother, and grandmother learned from great-great-grandmother.
Did it come down to you?
No. No, I do not quilt. So, I guess my great-great-grandmother used to do a lot of quilting when she was younger. Mm-hmm. And but this quilt has been kept real good. This quilt is applique, and the name of the quilt is a sunflower quilt. I remember my mother saying the out edge of that quilt was made from feed sacks they used to get feed in. My mother never used it. She always kept it because it was something that keepsake. I do believe my great-grandmother did use it some because it shows on the edge. But for 201-year-old now, that is pretty good to keep a quilt.